Hello, everyone, family, friends, and viewers that are interested in watching this episode. This first episode of Heaven is the Goal. So, as promised, Heaven is the Goal was going to be the next episodes that I was going to start making. So, behold, the first episode of Heaven is the Goal. So, in this episode of Heaven is the Goal, where we are going to focus our interest is what must one do to inherit the kingdom, to inherit or to be able to go into that heaven? What should one compose? Or how is this heaven like? Why is it that everybody should be targeting to go to heaven? What's so special about heaven? Now, for us to understand better what is so special about heaven, we are not going to start with anything more and starting with from the beginning, because if we don't start from the beginning, we are not going to understand then when we go further. So I want us to start from the beginning, then bit by bit we continue going just like that. Remember, you can ask questions and make requests. This is just the first episode. After concluding, it's just really God. It's just really God, in which we proved to say Jesus is really God. First, we needed to be introduced to Jesus, who is the God and who is the key, who is taking us there to heaven. Then we understand what heaven is really like. No wonder it's just really God was the first episode, so that we head to this heaven is the goal. If heaven is really the target for each and every human being, then Jesus, who is the one to take us there, has to be known amongst us, the people that wants to go to heaven. So the first thing we are going to start, like I said, we are going to start from the beginning, so that we understand why we should all target, or we should all want to go to heaven. So Genesis 2 verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth, when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and a man became a living soul. Verse 15, we jump to verse 15. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Verse from 8, let me go to 9 to 8. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So what we have to understand with this scriptures that we've read from chapter 2 of Genesis to 8 is that this now is really giving us an insight after God finishes the creation. After God finished his creation, and then it is said that he again grew trees, all sorts of trees pleasant for man, for food. And there in Eden, where he did that, where he did create all those kind of trees, he also placed man there, that he might be the one to be safeguarding those things. And then in verse 15 we read on to say, and the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it up and to keep it. So this man what was supposed to do in Eden there was to dress up the trees, to tighten it, to make it look always